Good morning, boys and girls. Today's science experiment has nothing to do with candy, but has to do with lots of color. Have you ever used food coloring? I bet your mom or your grandmother has made some cookies or baked a cake and used some food coloring to make it look different. Well, today's experiment has to do with water, and it has to do with walking water. Now, how did that happen? Well, let's find out. The first thing you're going to need is some paper towel. Alright, you're going to need some cups and some food coloring. Food coloring comes in many different ways, but these are the safest ones that I know that you won't get stained. And when I went to the store, I found purple and pink. So if you're that fancy Nancy girl that loves purple or loves pink, even if you're a boy, you can play with pink, then this might be your opportunity. So, if you've never seen them in the supermarket, they come in a box like this. There's different kinds, and so that's what we're going to be doing. So, I'm going to start bending my video camera from my laptop so that you can see the cups and the water, because I did put water on it, or in it I should say. And there's one cup with water, one without water, one with water, one without water, one with water. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper towel roll so that you can use it like a strip. You have to fold it twice so it can look like a big giant rectangle. Now, you're going to say, well, what's the matter with the ones that don't have water in their cup? Well, that's the big difference here. That is the difference between really walking, because the water, as you know, gets absorbed by paper. And I don't know about some brands, but I know Bounty is the quicker picker upper, which means in the expression that it does absorb a lot and retains a lot. So let's go into the exciting part of this, which happens to be pouring those food coloring in each water container. So this one's going to have blue, so I'm going to put blue, and it's going to be a chemical change. If you see from your corner of your eye, you will see that just a few drops just made the water turn blue. Okay? It turned what? It turned blue. Okay, this is not vinegar like you did with Easter. This is just plain water. Okay? So while that is soaking in there, or I should say mixing, I'm going to put the red one in the middle so that you can see the red. Look. Just a few drops. And look how that chemical change occurs the moment you put them in there. You see that water? That's not cherry, and it's not fruit punch. It's just water and food coloring. Okay? This one has no water. This one has no water, but this one here has water. So this one I'm going to use the other primary color, which is, it's not red, it's not blue, it's yellow. So let's put some yellow, and on your other side of your corner eye, you're going to see it look like orange, but it's not orange, it's yellow. Okay? So here's yellow. Now that you have your cups in a line, and now that your cups have the food coloring, mixed with water. This is the other colors that have the primary colors: red, blue, green, and yellow. You start to make sure that you have enough paper towel that you have folded. Okay, so you're going to dip it in the water. And if you start observing from this corner, I can see from my camera, of course, that the water, that the paper towel is absorbing the water. So I'm going to do the same thing so you can see the red one now. Okay, here goes red. Close that part here. And look at red. Look at red and look at what happens to the red one. You see how the red is rising? That's the color that you want. So the blue has to continue to absorb. And if you see, it's going already up top here. This red one is already starting. So let me take another portion of the paper towel and fold it for the yellow one. This yellow one will look like it's orange, but remember, it's not orange. It's the color you see that looks like orange, but it's yellow. So right now, I need one more sheet to connect the red with the yellow. So look at the yellow. The yellow already has started to move. You see? You see the red? You see the blue? The blue is already going over. So give it some time. So this is your observation. You are observing what is going on with this water that I did a chemical change. And you're going to say, what is that, Mr. Rodriguez? Well, chemical change means when something like a solution like water, which is chemistry, which is H2O, and you mix it with something else and it completely changes. That's what a chemical change is. And so in this case, I'm going to put another sheet of red in here so that this red can go in here. Okay? And so if you've been observing and watching very carefully, you will be learning about making your own observations as a scientist. Scientists tend to do experiments. Now you can see my cups, right? I just put it further back. So I'm here just waiting and I'm talking so that you can observe and we can wait to see what happens to these cups. All you needed was plastic cups, paper towel, and food coloring from your pantry, if you had food coloring. I ran out, so I had to go and get it because I use it. But if you want to make it look fancy, then you might want to think about purple and pink, which are in the section of neon instead of assorted. So if you've been observing, the blue one is going over. See? He's already over the other side of the cup. That's what we call walking water. Is it dripping? No. Look at this red one. It's not dripping. This red one is taking a little bit of time, but our yellow one is already going over. Look. So it just takes a little while. These are observations that you make. And when you're in science, I would say probably in kindergarten, first grade or second grade, even third grade is good. And I did it in fourth and fifth. You start to observe, you start drawing, and you start explaining what you see in words. So for example, I see that the blue water is not just being absorbed by the paper, but that it goes over to the other side of the empty cup. I can say the red one is taking a while to absorb. I can see it going over, but I can see this one's taking a little bit longer to absorb, not much as before. I can also see the yellow being absorbed on the paper, and it's going to take a little bit of a while to see what happens. But when we do see it, you will get a better explanation, a better understanding of what chemistry is. And I hope you have fun with this. This is going to take you a longer than what you see right now. So when I finish this video now, it doesn't mean that we're done. It means I have to wait until this is done. When I get it done, I will send you a picture through text, through your mom and dad's phone, so that you can see what happened to me. What's going to happen to you is that you're going to do this at home. I just want pictures. Maybe a picture of this at the beginning, and then a picture at the end when it's all on the other side. You see that the blue is going down. So I'm very sure that a little while later, the blue is going to be on the bottom. The red is going to be on the bottom, and it's going to turn purple because red and blue make purple. Over here, red and yellow make orange. So I'm going to see yellow going down the hill, but the red one's going to take a little bit of a while to get there, but it's going to get there. I hope you have fun. Take pictures of it. Tell me how you feel about it. And I'll see you tomorrow, or not tomorrow, and Google Meet today. All right? Bye.